Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we are going to talk specifically about the power of Matthew Mercer to change Dungeons and Dragons tables today for the better and make us think about Dungeons and Dragons in new ways. And specifically, here's the concept. I'll try to get to the point real quick. Matthew Mercer, in his game, if you look at his game, he's saying, if you are not actively playing a player character, you don't have any purpose at the table, and you need to leave the table. You need to be gone. Your right to be at the table only exists in you functioning as a active, productive member of the narrative engine that is the table, the actual table, right? And so Matthew Mercer is the best, and so basically, if your player character dies, get out. That's the best, fastest way to say it, right? Like, Matthew Mercer, because he's gracious, handles it a little more graciously than that, but that's what it is, right? And the Japanese, I learned this a long time ago. Americans be like, "Shut up!" Like the Japanese say, "We will now enjoy your silence," right? Like, so Matthew Mercer is like, he has a lot of culture and refinement. But he's saying, "Oh, your character dead? Be gone! Get out!" Right? Like, and there's a profundity to this. There's a profoundness, right? That really, once you see Matthew Mercer do his thing, throw it down, you can't unsee it. And you are also like, "Oh my gosh, my table sucks compared to this guy." And trust and believe. Let's talk about this. There's all this debate. The Matthew Mercer effect is absolutely real. He is crushing you as a dungeon master, and you got to get good. You got a long way to catch up, and if you think your players aren't comparing you to him, you are a fool. They are, and you are losing. You got a lot of ground to make up. He sets the bar for every dungeon master on the planet. Let's get into this. This is absolutely incredible. Okay, so recently there was a PPK, a partial party kill. Orem died, all in the same session. All of these people dropped to the ground and fail their saving throws, okay? And are dead, right? Actually, one of them was dead at the beginning of another session, but within a 2-session bracket, all these player characters hit death saves and failed them all and died, right? So it was Orem, it was Fjern, and it was Laudna. Okay, and Laudna is played by Mercer Ray, who is Matthew Mercer's wife. Okay, so Laudna dies. Okay, and she is no longer functioning. Right, she's not making death saves. Her player character does nothing. I was stunned when I saw this. Mercer Ray got up from the table and left. Right, and because at Matthew Mercer's table, what he's saying is, if you don't have a functioning player character, if you are not actively adding to the story, right, you don't belong at the table. You don't get to sit there and watch everybody else's, playing, right? Get out. Like, we are actively engaged in telling a story here. You failed to keep your player character alive. You mean nothing to this table. Leave, get out, be gone. And that's exactly what Mercer Ray did. She left because she served no function at the table. This is absolutely profound, because what Mercer is saying is, your only value at this table is to create compelling, engaging, captivating stories. And if you can't do it, do not take that seat. It is better for that seat to be empty. Your physical body should be removed. You have no place here. Cockroach don't belong at foul party. Go, right? It's profound, right? And I have never done this, right, before. And now I need to think if I'm going to do it now, because I was the exact, like, Matthew Mercer's like, you failed to keep your character alive. Get out. Go. You have no place here. Be gone. The silence from your chair serves this table better than your body sitting there and listening to this. You don't even have the right to listen to the story. Go. Right? this is like, and my table is the exact opposite, right? Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, you felt, and you'll find videos on this channel of me saying, if there's a player character that you need to shut the entire game down, everybody needs to go home. And next week you need to coddle that player and make sure that they're okay. And like, your only concern is how this player feels and how this impact of this player character that they've played for months, maybe years, right? Matthew Mercer's like, you have no place here. Get out. Get out. Get out. Only people who are adding to the story have a place here. Remove your physical body because you have no value here. That's incredible. That is an incredible statement, right? It puts the Dungeons & Dragons session over the person. It puts the Dungeons & Dragons campaign over the person. It puts the story over every person who is sitting there, right? Saying, at this table, nothing matters but the story. You do not matter. Your feelings do not matter. Your comfort does not matter. If you are not actively adding to the story, you have no place here. It's huge. It is, because it just puts Dungeons & Dragons so high and the player so low, right? And this is kind of, and this is in the space I've been talking about, right? That the stories we're telling here are fundamentally valuable. And he's saying it is a privilege for you to put your eyes and your ears upon what is happening right now, right? And if you're not actively contributing, be gone. Be gone. It is a fundamental remapping of the value of the story, the value of what is happening at the Dungeons & Dragons table, right? And the absolute demand that you earn your place. You earn your place. It is not given. You earn it. It is a completely different way of looking at Dungeons & Dragons. At my table, when somebody dies, we have shut down previously. I also have said, hey, I have a library of Dungeons & Dragons books right over there, right in the other room. Go look through the templates, right? So like veteran or bandit captain or pirate captain or archmage, whatever you want, right? You're just gonna slap a name on it, and then you're gonna sit at the table, and you might come and you're going to be able to interact with everybody. But this is a temporary slot so that you can be entertained, right? He's like, get out, like, go. You haven't, like, go home and eat a sandwich. You got no place here. You failed to keep your character alive. That is incredible, right? It is just, I've never seen anything like it. So Matthew Mercer is the best dungeon master in the world, and I think I agree with him now. I've seen it. I've seen the right path. Like, this is better than the way it gives the message to my players. The story that is being told here. The Dungeons & Dragons session that is being told, that is happening here. The Dungeons & Dragons campaign is happening here, is an aggregate of the Dungeon Master's work, these other player characters who have played better than you because you died, right? And the input of the math rocks, probability, fate itself. All this is of incredible value. More value than your comfort, more value than your presence. Get out. Get out. You show up, you show out, and the moment you fail to do it, you are gone. That is, I want to say it's vicious to players, but the reality is, you're like, why would you be able to do this, and why would this not be cruel? Here's why. I'm gonna say this real quick. I can't believe. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was just absolutely stunned when I saw this. So let me explain to you why this is correct. Okay, I recently went on a cruise with my wife, and it helped me to understand this. We have never been treated better in our entire lives. We spent like 4 days of absolute luxury. Every three times a day, we would go and get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we did not miss a single one. Okay, and these were included with our package, so they were free because we'd already paid for it, right? And we would sit down at a gorgeous white table, right? That was just for us, and right next to us was an ocean view, right? And in addition to that, right, there was perfect, delicious food in a myriad of choices. And and they were like, hey, do you want an extra serving of bacon? Like whatever you wanted, you got it. We have never eaten like this in our entire lives, right? But let me explain something. This was all in the ship's dining room, which looked like a scene from Titanic. It was like incredible. It was just so nice and luxurious, but it was free, air quotes, right? It's what we already paid for, right? And we were stunned to hear. We would talk with other people, and they were like, "Oh, we're not eating that trash, right? We're going to the special place. We've already paid for that food, and it's amazing. But if we pay $80, $160, $300 extra per person, per plate, we can get something that's 50% or even 100% better, right? And so the thing is, when you give stuff away for free, there's no value in it, right? And that's why the seats at Matthew Mercer's tables are the most valuable seats in the world when it comes to Dungeons & Dragons. He's like, hey, I don't give this away for free, right? This isn't, and what everyone else sees as luxury, right? He has trained people to see as trash, saying, I go farther, I put more in, right? And the price people will pay, they will turn their backs on luxury just to get where I am, right? So it is a terrible, cruel lesson of humanity. We are terribly broken, right? We take things that are treasures and we treat them like trash. Humans, anything given to a human for free is not valued. And that's why Mercer says, this isn't free. You earn it. You earn it. And the moment you stop earning it, get out. Which is profound. Profound. Like it is. And that's his wife. His wife. Gone. Like, it's incredible. I've never seen anything like it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. All that's my humble opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing and have a wonderful millennium.